A long time after Adam and Eve, the world became filled with wickedness. People had turned away from God, committing evil acts and living without care for righteousness. The Bible says in Genesis 6:5 that the Lord saw how great the wickedness of the human race had become on the earth, and that their hearts were filled with evil all the time. Because of this, God decided to cleanse the earth with a great flood. However, there was one righteous man among all the people, Noah. He was described as a righteous man, blameless among the people of his time, and he walked faithfully with God. Genesis 6-9. God's command to Noah. God spoke to Noah and gave him specific instructions. He told Noah to build an ark, a massive wooden boat, to save himself, his family, and a pair of every kind of animal. The ark's size and design: length 300 cubits, approximately 450 feet or 137 meters. Width 50 cubits, approximately 75 feet or 23 meters. Height 30 cubits, approximately 45 feet or 13.7 meters. It had 3 levels, rooms, and a single door. Genesis 6:14-16. God also told Noah to gather food for himself, his family, and the animals. Noah's obedience and the gathering of animals. Noah obeyed God, even though there was no sign of rain yet. He and his sons Shem, Ham, and Japheth built the ark as God commanded. When the time came, God brought animals into the ark, 2 of every unclean animal, 1 male, 1 female. 7 pairs of every clean animal for later sacrifices. Noah and his wife, along with his sons and their wives, also entered the ark, the great flood. When everything was ready, God himself shut the door of the ark. Genesis 7:16. Then it started to rain. The Bible says that the fountains of the deep burst open, possibly underwater springs. The windows of heaven were opened. Heavy rain. For 40 days and 40 nights, water covered the earth. The highest mountains were submerged, and every living thing outside the ark perished. The floodwaters remained for 150 days before they began to recede. The ark rests, and the dove's sign. Eventually, the ark came to rest on Mount Ararat. Noah waited before leaving, sending out a raven, which did not return. Then, he sent a dove, which returned because it could not find dry land. A week later, Noah sent the dove again, and it returned with an olive leaf, a sign that land was appearing. When Noah sent it out a 3rd time, it did not return, meaning the land was now habitable. God's covenant and the rainbow. Noah, his family, and the animals finally left the ark. The first thing Noah did was build an altar and offer sacrifices to God. Genesis 8:20. God was pleased and made a promise. Never again would he destroy the earth by flood. He set a rainbow in the sky as a sign of his covenant. Genesis 9:13-16. God also commanded Noah's family to be fruitful and multiply, to repopulate the earth. Noah's later life. After the flood, Noah became a farmer and planted a vineyard. However, an incident occurred where Noah became drunk, leading to an interaction between him and his sons that had consequences for their descendants. Genesis 9:20-27. Noah lived for 950 years and eventually died. Genesis 9:29. Explanation and lessons. 1. Faith and obedience. Noah obeyed God even when there was no visible reason to. His faith saved him and his family. 2. God's judgment and mercy. While God judged the world's sin, he also provided salvation through the ark. 3. The ark as a symbol of salvation. Just as Noah was saved in the ark, Christians see Jesus as the ark of salvation, providing safety from judgment. 4. The rainbow as a promise. The rainbow remains a sign of God's faithfulness and mercy.